imperative that every business, big or small, look at a way to modernize their working. And we at Express believe that people are the driving force behind every company. People, they improve all things, they imagine the future, and they kind of find ways to make things work. And in this context of business productivity, the pandemic has reminded us of two very important things. One is that people are amazingly resilient and can adapt to changing circumstances as they make all the difference. And second, and very important, you can't continue to work the old pre-pandemic way. Right? Companies around the world are starting to be ready 24 by 7 and embrace hybrid work. And in India, we ourselves have helped hundreds of employees across our customer base in various industries to adapt and adopt Microsoft 365. And this has literally transformed the way they work and serve their own customers. All right. So as we continue adapting to the new normal, one thing is clear, as I said earlier, businesses will have to change to a modern workplace, and every business has to take steps to to this direction. So today I'm going to introduce Microsoft 365 Business and how Microsoft 365 Business can help you achieve this and a lot more in just a few days. All right, so today, what is it that most businesses face as challenges? Very importantly, one is real-time collaboration. Today, it's seen that a lot of people work remotely. So hybrid working is kind of become the norm. So real-time collaboration is a very big challenge. Next is security. With employees working from different devices, from homes and other remote locations, security is a very big concern for customers. And lastly, cost. Being 24 by 7, leveraging the power of the cloud today ensures that, costs are minimal and you are able to, achieve far more productivity without really breaking the bank. Right. And during the pandemic, we saw that a lot of customers tried to use different solutions, but then, these kind of mixed solutions kind of add a lot of complexity, and employees have to get used to many different software applications. All right. So a brief one slider about Microsoft 365 for business. What does it do for you? Very importantly, it enables very immense increase in productivity, and the transformation across organizations is really huge. And yes, there is a lot of security built into the product, so it safeguards your business and ensures that your data do not fall into wrong hands. And lastly, Microsoft 365 Business, there are various plans available and they are really cost effective, and they will allow you to achieve your goals without really incurring huge cost. All right. And today in one simple slide, this is a single cost effective and reliable cloud solution, and it actually allows your people to work from virtually anywhere. And what does it include? It includes a lot of storage in the form of OneDrive for business. Every employee gets 1 TB of cloud storage and more. And then you have Microsoft Teams, which is a complete platform, which has storage, chat, and of course a meeting platform. And there are many other tools included, could be Outlook, could be the regular MS Office apps. So there are really a lot of solutions put together into one single productivity suite, which is Microsoft 365 Business. All right, so now before I introduce the product myself, I'm going to run kind of a short video explaining what this is all about, and then I will take over.
The way you work is changing. You need the ability to get work done on the go, at any time, and from any device, while staying connected to your teams and customers. Microsoft 365 helps you stay productive from anywhere on any device, so you can safely access your email and calendar or share and edit your files in real time and stay on top of your work. With Microsoft 365, whether you're in the office, at home, or on the go, you can join a meeting with just one click or connect with team members through group chat. With Microsoft 365, you can connect people, information, and devices to work the way you want with confidence. Everything you need, wherever you need it, in one solution. The way
All right, so that was Microsoft 365 Business explained in very simple language. Now let me kind of take you through the four main pillars of Microsoft 365 Business, and then I will kind of explain each of them individually. So you have the huge 50 GB mailbox that's included with every plan. You have mails, calendars, and contacts synced on all your devices. And in fact, some of the Microsoft 365 plans include 100 GB mailboxes as well. And then you have Microsoft Teams. Teams is a complete platform and a comprehensive solution which has meetings, chats, shared file storage, and so much more. I'm going to cover Teams in a bit. And then you have OneDrive for Business. OneDrive for Business is your personal hard drive on the cloud, and every user gets 1 TB of storage. Yeah, 1 TB each user. And then lastly, I want to touch upon Microsoft security. This is a very you to protect your business data. So 50 you have all your mails sync, I mean, on the fly. And then uh, what's included is world-class spam and virus protection against malware, ransomware in your mail. So you can be rest assured that, your users and your data is safe. After this, Microsoft gives a 99.9% uptime guarantee, and this is incredible kind of performance by Microsoft. And lastly, very importantly, you can wipe data on lost or stolen devices, which means that if an employee loses a phone or any device with his mails and data on that device, no sweat, your IT admin can kind of wipe that device completely and ensure that, data belonging to your company does not land in the wrong hands. So this is a very important tool that available across all your plans. And now let me explain Microsoft Teams in detail. So Microsoft Teams has been designed to help your employees improve productivity, enable real-time collaboration from virtually anywhere. When I say enable real-time collaboration, I mean your teams can absolutely work on the same document at the same time. All right, so there's no back of Microsoft Teams, and then I will continue.
This is Microsoft Teams. the app where work and collaboration is happening today, even when everyone isn't in the same room or time zone. Teams is a space where you and your team come together. But it's more than just a place to chat or join meetings. Teams bridges the gap between in-person and remote teammates. It makes working in real time or at your own pace easier than ever before. Teams is built for hybrid work, so you can stay informed, organized, and connected, all in one place. Now let's take a closer look at how collaboration works in teams. Chat is where you can message someone or a group of people to talk about, well, anything. Teams and channels create focused spaces to gather the right people to work in the right context with files and conversations. Under calendar, meetings connect the flow of work before, during, and after you meet, so prep and follow-up are easy to find. Apps is the doorway to new ways to work together. Find familiar apps and new ones to simplify, customize, and manage how you work. How we get work done together has changed, and Teams is made for today's workplace. Built to give you the flexibility to do your best work your way.
All right, so rightly said, Teams has absolutely changed the way we work today, and it has simply enabled collaboration and immense increase in productivity across millions of users. And let me tell you, today you have 250 odd million monthly users using Microsoft Teams. That's a huge number. And talking about the meeting features of Microsoft Teams, uh, yeah, okay. I'll cover the file storage solution feature of Teams first before I get to meetings. So as I said, take example of companies which have on-prem servers or NAS boxes storing local folders, files for their different departments and users. And people often need to log in through remote desktop or VPNs, or in fact come into office to access their data. All this completely changes when you move this to Teams, because the same data, once it moves to Teams, this can be accessed 24 by 7 from any device, be it Android, iOS, Windows, or Mac OS. So that absolutely brings productivity levels so high. And lastly, your teams can collaborate and work on documents, projects in real time. All right, so imagine a couple of people or more working on the same spreadsheet or presentation or Word document and kind of getting it done on the fly together instead of sending it back and forth. So to summarize, for companies which have on-prem servers, NAS boxes with departmental or user-wise folders, Teams is uh, something where you can move your data to Teams and you get access to your data 24 by 7 from any device. And now, talking about data on the cloud on Microsoft Teams, there is a lot of security built into Teams. So you can control access to data based on the team members you put in any team. And you can restrict data from moving out of your company. In fact, the screen that you see on your screen right now is Xpress teams that we've made. So we kind of have divided our employees across various teams, and access to certain data across these different teams is restricted only to the team members. And as I said, our teams are now able to work from anywhere. All right, and talking about file storage on Teams, this is the same Express Teams on mobile phones. So be it Android, be it iOS, our team members are able to access our company data anytime, anywhere. All right, so we have absolutely, moved to Microsoft Teams and completely become a 24 by 7 always on company thanks to Microsoft Teams. All right, and now let me tell you some of the meeting features of Microsoft Teams. One is up to 300 people can attend a meeting like what we are doing now. Sharing of screens, presentations, webcams is possible. Changing your backgrounds, blurring backgrounds possible. Recording transcripts of every meeting, or you want transcripts or captions at the bottom. This also is possible across various languages. So in short, meetings have completely changed. People can attend meetings on the go from any device, and there are a lot of beautiful features built into Teams which help you conduct meetings across your organizations, or of course with outsiders as well. All right, and with the premium plans of or enterprise plans of Teams, you also have live events. Live events allow you to stream your event to up to 10,000 people. All right, that's a huge number. So let's say companies want to, and I mean, stream event to customers and people across the world, or schools want to do an event for parents, you can do a live event, and this can be streamed to up to 10,000 people. So that's an amazing feature, and you can absolutely produce studio quality events right from the comfort of your office. All right, so again, I want to touch upon collaboration because that's the key feature that Teams is built on. Teams allows you to have chat, and this chat actually, moves across your various devices. Within your chat, you can incorporate pictures, files, videos, and so on. So, there is a lot of live collaboration happening across your teams. And in fact, you can even add outsiders to your teams to, include wherever possible. I mean, some of the examples that you can do in your own organization when you deploy team. I mean, you can make team for your sales, for your accounts, for your HR or engineering teams, and kind of store data relevant to these teams only, specific to those teams there, so that only the right people have access. So these are some examples we have put here for you for Microsoft Teams. So to summarize the features of Microsoft Teams, now one is Teams enables huge storage. So for those of you still using on-prem servers and storage boxes, move to Microsoft Teams, and suddenly you are on 24 by 7. And yes, Teams is the modern meeting room for 250 million people, monthly users across the world. And every meeting can be attended by up to 300 people. Live events also possible across certain plans. Teams has fantastic chat facilities. And lastly, Teams embeds security within itself, so you can be in, rest assured that your data does not fall into wrong hands. So all in all, a complete modern workplace solution for every customer. I mean, we've enabled teams for very small customers with as small as 10 employees, and then we have customers who have hundreds of employees across the country and outside. So Teams is absolutely in the fabric which can enable collaboration and improve productivity. All right, now let me go to the next pillar of Microsoft 365 for business. This is a very powerful feature called OneDrive for Business. Now, OneDrive for Business is largely your hard drive on the cloud. So to explain it very simply, I mean, you continue working on your PC as usual. There's nothing new to learn. Just move all your data into OneDrive for Business folder. All right, and by default, you can save your office files and all other data that you have under OneDrive for business folders. And then, this just syncs to your cloud 1 TB storage. And then you can access this data on the go from Android tablets or home PCs or Mac OS PCs. I'm going to show Teams and OneDrive live after I finish talking. And I'm now going to play a very short video explaining some of the features of OneDrive for Business and how easy it is to work. And in fact, even share your data with others. So here's the video coming.
Now that business is conducted in coffee shops and across time zones, it helps to have all your important files whenever you need them. That's where OneDrive, the intelligent files app for Microsoft 365, comes in. With OneDrive, everything is backed up, secured, and protected. View and access all files from any device on desktop, web, and mobile apps. Share and work together with anyone, whether you're on the go or in the office. Collaborate with people inside and outside your organization using real-time co-authoring and other helpful features like @mentions and comments. Plus, intelligent search and discovery helps you find things fast and even offers personalized recommendations. With OneDrive and Microsoft 365, you can be more flexible, more collaborative, and more productive, empowering you to achieve wherever work takes you.
Right, so that was OneDrive for Business. I'm actually going to show you a live demo of OneDrive for Business, and I'm going to show you a demo where I share files with outsiders. So fantastic product, very easy to use. In fact, there's hardly anything to learn. And we have deployed OneDrive across hundreds of users in the last few years, and it's really made a big difference to personal productivity across our customers. All right, now let me move on to Microsoft security, a very important topic for our customers. This helps you understand the kind of tight security that is embedded or integrated into Microsoft 365 for Business. Yeah, here it is. All right, so today it's very common that employees are accessing work across multiple devices, and they're working on the go. All right, so this is a common scenario. All right, but I mean, when you look at it from a central overview as an IT admin or as management, you need to understand that you absolutely have full control over your devices. I mean, you can control the devices on which your users can access your company data. You can control access to data using certain predefined rules, and you can in fact even secure your devices. And there is a lot of defense mechanism built into Microsoft 365 for Business to ensure that ransomware, malware does not enter into your systems. Again, I'm going to show this a bit later. Yeah. So it's very common that a lot of us get spam, which can include malware, ransomware. So kind of with hundreds of users across locations, across companies, users often click on these mails, but they're not sure what to do. All right, with M365, understand that there is a sandbox analysis feature where you can open email attachment in a sandbox. So that kind of does not kind of allow these files to get into your systems. And so you are protected at the source itself. Often a lot of spam, malware, ransomware is blocked at the M365 servers itself because there are algorithms which can recognize, these kind of threats before it comes down to your devices. And M365 works hand in glove with Windows 10 devices. All right, and yes, You also can enable multi-factor authentication to ensure that it's the right user who is accessing your data. All right, so this is again another scenario where if you or any of your users have kind of emailed sensitive information to the wrong person, you can absolutely control what kind of information can go out of your organization. You can block certain information like credit card numbers, bank account numbers, and so on. And in fact, you can prevent users from copying, forwarding, or printing certain documents. And yes, there is cloud archiving also enabled, which means that everything that user does is also kind of archived on the cloud. So in short, there is a lot of data leakage protection and information rights systems based security that is built into this product. All right, again, I want to touch upon this feature where if a device is misplaced or left somewhere and you kind of are worried about your data, uh, I need to bring this point to you again. You can wipe data from, let's say, a phone or a tablet or a PC remotely. And you can enforce these security policies on Android or iOS devices as well. So in short, the bottom line is your company data is kind of kept to the right authorized users using various protocols. I have a lovely video that follows and kind of completely gives you an overview of the kind of security that's built into this. Right, so I'm going to play a short video now about Microsoft security that kind of gives you overview of the kind of security features built in. Yeah, here I'm playing the video.
Microsoft 365 Business helps you protect your company from online threats and unauthorized access, as well as protect and manage data on your phones, tablets, and computers. Help prevent online criminals from getting access to data, resources, and passwords with Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection, or ATP. Scan for malicious links and malware in emails and Office docs by using ATP Safe Links and ATP Safe Attachments. Microsoft provides basic anti-phishing protection for everyone, but Office 365 ATP uses advanced learning and intelligence to automatically shut down new threats, such as criminals that try to obtain your personal information via deceptive emails. Use multi-factor authentication to make your sign-in more secure. For example, you can use an app on your phone to make sure the you signing in is actually you. Protect your Windows 10 devices and files from malware and ransomware by using Windows Defender, recently ranked best-in-class antivirus software. Use data loss prevention, or DLP, to keep sensitive information, such as Social Security or credit card numbers, from being shared inappropriately in files or emails. Communicate more securely with your customers by using Office 365 message encryption. This makes sure that only the intended recipients can read the emails you send, and they can't be forwarded to recipients you didn't choose. Use Exchange Online archiving to retain your employees' emails in case they leave or if they're needed for legal purposes. Use conditional access to restrict how and when employees can access business files and apps. For your users' personal phones and devices, you can require a passcode, restrict moving company email, files, and data to personal apps and storage, and remove company data from Office apps. For company devices, you can fully manage them, enforce BitLocker encryption, automatically install updates, reset the devices to their factory settings if given to a new user, or wipe data if lost or stolen. In addition to Windows 10 devices, you can also manage Mac OS, iOS, and Android devices.
All right, so that was a lovely overview of Microsoft 365 security. And I want to summarize, kind of all the features of Microsoft 365 Business. So first thing first, 24 by 7 access to your own data, which you normally store on your laptop, on your mobiles or other PCs. So phenomenal increase in personal productivity. And then you also have 24 by 7 access to your company's data on Microsoft Teams. And, that kind of makes you, um, very productive wherever you are. And lastly, with teams, it's all about meetings, working together, collaborating across your organization, be it different geographies or within the same city. So kind of you imagine these kind of features delivered to your employees, and you can completely transform your organization overnight into what we call a modern workplace. All right, so now let me touch upon some of the plans that are available with Microsoft 365 Business. All right, so there are three plans that I want to highlight. The first is Microsoft 365 Basic Plan, where you have Exchange with a 50 GB mailbox. You have the complete Microsoft Teams and OneDrive along with SharePoint built in. Plan is the standard plan where you have all the features of basic, plus each user can install MS Office on his PC and totally up to 5 devices that he owns. So you could have Word, Excel, PowerPoint installed across all your devices that you use. This is the standard plan. And then you have the premium plan where you have all the features of standard, plus you have a lot of security features built in, where you have Defender, you have ATP, you have management control built in, and you have a 100 GB mailbox as well. So Microsoft 365 Premium has got best in class features for everybody. Here I've summarized all the plans, and I've also put kind of price points for you to understand what falls where. In India, the Microsoft 365 Basic goes at just 1,500 rupees a year. And then you have standard and premium, where you have MS Office and few other features integrated. After the workshop, you can write to us, and we in fact will send you these details on mail as well. All right, so call to action for everybody on the workshop. Very importantly, adopt Microsoft 365 Business. You can actually choose plans across your users. You can choose different plans. Now deploy Microsoft Teams as your company's hub for teamwork. So your entire company is kind of connected and working through Microsoft Teams. Enable OneDrive across all your users to ensure that your users are using OneDrive on their systems, and then they're carrying it across their mobile and other devices. And lastly, do implement Microsoft security to ensure that the right people have access to your company data. So all in all, you do this just to complete your migration and deployment, and truly turn into a modern workplace within a few days. All right, so questions in your mind that probably cost. I mean, total cost. How long does it take, and who's going to do all this? So I want to reiterate that with Microsoft 365, there are no real upfront capital cost. You actually pay for the plan on a yearly basis. There are monthly plans, pay as you go available as well, but that costs slightly more. So no real capital cost. And then the lead time to change could be very little or a few days. Just I mean, we need to understand the kind of data you have that we need to migrate. And so the lead time to change is hardly anything. And security, again, I want to emphasize that M365, I mean, embeds best in class security. And lastly, we at Express, we've already enabled tens of customers and hundreds of users on Microsoft 365 for business. So you have experts waiting to guide you in migrating and supporting you across, the coming year. So yeah, I want to just highlight what do we do for customers along with the product. So we at Express have got a lot of experience and expertise in deploying Microsoft Teams. So we'll help you set up your teams and channels, demonstrate how to kind of organize your teams, integrate teams into your Windows itself, and then kind of help you set up your devices for Microsoft Teams, and then guide your users remotely or online in case of any issues in the coming period. So kind of all in all, completely lead you into using Microsoft Teams effectively, and we have helped hundreds of users adopt OneDrive. So this kind of completely changes the way users are working. Um, of course, they continue to work on their PCs as usual, and then we help them adopt OneDrive, and then suddenly they have access to their own PC data across their devices. So again, we've got experts on call to help you do this. And if your mails are currently hosted on any other platform, we'll help you migrate your mails, contacts, calendars from wherever they are to Microsoft 365 and then kind of integrate everything at one place. So all in all, we are Microsoft 365 experts. We've got a whole team to help you kind of migrate, deploy, and manage it across the coming period, and then kind of guide you to be kind of a modern workplace in the real sense. And in summary, I want to highlight that your entire organization, empowered with Microsoft 365 business is kind of a huge, cohesive force, and you are actually enabling productivity, teamwork, and efficiency across your organizations with this. So this kind of brings me to the end of my presentation. What I'm going to now do is I'm going to take you through a live demo of Microsoft Teams and